Oh, yeah, you told me. I was excited.
Bienvenidos. Have a seat.
Jose, can't you see?
Wait a second. The first word is Jose? I thought it was
Jose. We know.
Wow! It's about a Spanish guy. Oh, Jose, can you
I don't believe it, man.
It's so easy.
And welcome back, guys. Bienvenidos a su programa favorito, Más o Menos. We're back. We made it 3 episodes in. I never thought this would happen. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a great show planned for you guys. 2 epic presentations in the main event and 2 very special guests. Guys, let's get started, man. I'm so excited about this, guys. Man, oh my goodness. How are you guys feeling?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, first, Marco, how are we doing today? I know we woke up early trying to get some shoes. Didn't work out for us.
Yeah. This is one of those where, I asked Gigi, I said, how do you feel about me getting those? She's like, they're the Jordan 9 cool grays, right? They were 9s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got an original pair that are like over 10 years old, I believe. And I was like, okay, time for, getting the 2.0s or 3.0s. And so she wasn't happy about it, but she, was like, all right, if you want to get up early and try, go for it. And yeah, I took that L. So that I always say limited stuff sucks because a lot of the time you don't get that thing that you want. And I'm a big fan of if you want it, hopefully you can go get it at a reasonable price. So one of those where I'm like, I'm rolling the dice. If I don't get it for retail, then I'm moving on and putting that money towards Hot Toys.
Absolutely. Giovanni, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo amaneciste hoy?
Muy bien, José. Gracias por la invitación. Marco, muchas gracias. Señor Shane, señor Jim Coleccionista, la Dama Vita. Gracias. Un placer. Thank you so much, Jose and Marco, for inviting me here today on the 3rd episode of Más o Menos. So thank you so very much for the ones who are in the live chat. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, depende donde estés. You guys are all great, so thank you guys.
You're just showing off now, Gio.
I know.
It was like, I'm not gonna let Shane and Marco beat me. I'm gonna show them what's up. Shane, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Me alegra mucho estar aquí.
Beautiful.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, of course. It says that you're happy to be here. Yeah, absolutely. And again, our special guests, one of them making their first ever live stream debut, I believe, Jimcollector and Vita, or please tell me how do I pronounce it?
Vita.
It's Vita, like vitamin.
Vita.
Exactly
Okay.
like
But I said to you earlier, Vida is fine. It's my Spanish name, so it's all good.
Yes.
Hola.
Hola, buenos días. How are you guys doing? I know you and Shane, you guys have lived the whole complete day already, but you guys are ahead in the future. How are you guys doing? How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, hasn't it? We've been to the gym, been food shopping, prepping for the week, so yeah, we've had a pretty good
Productive morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Very productive.
Very productive.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice. All right, well, let's check in with the chat, right, Marco? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see who's here to join us before we start the warm-up. But let's see. First and foremost, let's see. Oh, first here, Austin Nicholas.
Austin.
Buenos días, Austin. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? Hope you're doing well. Marco's from Collector Zone. So just a smiley face there for us. Nice to see you. Vida warming up the chat. Austin again saying great seeing Jim and Vida stream together. Yes, that's what we've all been trying to get. So there he is. First ever exclusive here on Más o Menos, guys. Exclusivo.
First one debut, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got. Philip the Fool. Good morning, everyone. Con su cafecito and everything. Hello, mi amigo. Shane, Marco, Gio, and Jose. Hola. Jim warming up the chat. Yes. Love the Spanish. Yes, we all do. Brick Artemis, Goat Panel. Muchas gracias.
Sir
Muchas
Brick.
gracias, mi amigo. Hola, Brick.
Brick.
¿Cómo estás? Good morning, everybody. Gio warming up the chat. Oh, and Elizabeth, my girlfriend, is here live from the airport. Yeah, she's going on a trip. Her uncle's birthday, so she's off to the airport right now. So,
nice.
see you. Thank you for stopping by. We'll talk later. And you know what, guys? I always like to start off with this warm up. It's always usually the same, but we always have different guests. So I always like to hear your perspective, specifically with the Spanish language. You know, as we kind of grow up with it here, because it's kind of like a secondary language. But where you guys are from, I'm assuming it's not. But is it taught in school? Do you kind of hear it around? What is your relationship with the Spanish language? This goes for Shane and Jim and Vita. You guys, how's your relationship? And then Gio as well. Again, you're on this side of it, but again, did you grow up with it? Did your parents teach you? How did it go? Whoever wants to go first.
Should we jump in?
Yeah.
I can't speak for Vita, obviously, having grown up in a different country, but in England, you don't hear it a lot. I mean, the extent we get from it is obviously when we go on holiday to Spain, which is a prime location for most Brits. So that's kind of where we get it. I know it's been integrated into schools more, but that's more after I left. I think my dad was a languages teacher, so I think as he was approaching retirement, they started to teach it, and I think he was exploring, so he knows a lot more Spanish than I do. He's not fluent, but fairly good. But yeah, for us, it's quite limited. Spanish, we don't get it a lot in day-to-day life either.
No, it's similar, like where I grew up in Lithuania. It's very similar, like Spanish language became more popular to be taught in schools just as I was graduating. And I haven't been living in Lithuania now for over 12 years, so I can't really speak what the school life is like now in Lithuania, to be honest, and I don't really want to know. But yeah, my Spanish is literally non-existent.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Marco. You would know this. Luka Doncic is from Lithuania, right? He's from over there.
I believe so. Yeah.
Luka,
I think he
for
is
the
from
new
Lithuania.
Laker. Yeah.
Your new Laker, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
believe he's from over there.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Sabonis?
Luka Doncic.
Sabonis
Is from over there.
There are a few Lithuanian players in NBA. So like Jonas Valančiūnas, Domas Sabonis. These like the two biggest ones, I think, like from Lithuania.
Both of those guys are on the Kings where I live as well, Sacramento. So yeah. Those are my guys.
The Kings. Whatever.
Listen, I'm proud, all right? I just...
Beautiful. All right. And Shane, what about you?
So it's like hablo muy poco español, so we really don't speak very much of it over here in Ireland, obviously. Growing up, your language choices in school were French or German, and I selected French. And I suppose the only time I really use that is if I'm snowboarding in France and I'm asking for a coffee or something like that. A funny story, actually, about 2 years ago, I was in Val Thorens and the Three Valleys in France, and I get to the top of a chairlift, and it's just an epic day. It's one of those days that you're like, every breath of fresh air you take, you just thank God you're alive, and the sun is beating down, and the air is the freshest air you ever breathe. And got to the top after doing a few runs, and there's a beautiful little cafe. They just do things right there in France. You know, at the top of a chairlift, there's a beautiful little cafe. There's a bit of music going. There's a coffee shop, and I went up and looked at this French guy, young guy, tanned, about maybe 20, and he's serving. And I say, "Je peux avoir un espresso?" And he goes, "All right, mate, your French ain't half bad." The dude was English, like, you know what I mean? Like, so he was taking the piss out of me because I butchered the French language, but he was obviously fluent. But now though, it's similar to Jim's accounts and Vita's accounts. Where in the past in Ireland it was German and French, the transition seems to be more towards French and Spanish, because Spanish is such a more widely spoken language than French or German. It makes more sense, and I like that education is dynamic. It's slow, but like I like that they've caught up, you know, within 2 decades. So if I had to go back, I'd probably pick Spanish because it's just more widely spoken.
I definitely think so.
Jose.
Go ahead. No, I definitely agree. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the cool thing about here is we're not even going to learn any more languages in schools. They're just going to make it English across the board. So that's where we're
I mean, yeah, they don't want you speaking Spanish. It's like,
Right.
speak
They're like, I don't want
American.
to hear that. That's not the official language, guys.
I know, it's crazy. We should be learning like multiple languages in school, and that should be a primary focus. I personally believe, but
I'd love to. Yeah, we speak. We learn our own language since like from 5 up until basically 17, and I think a lot of it is the course itself. Like they make you learn about these poems that were, fucking 100 years old that no one gives a shit about, especially some 14-year-old doesn't give a shit about. And it's like they make you learn about it. Let's discuss the feelings of this widow from the 1800s, and it's like no one cares. Like if you want to relate to the 14-year-olds, teach them. I don't know. Take something Billie Eilish song, Billie Eilish, brilliant, Billie Eilish, and I'm claiming her, Billie Eilish, and maybe translate that or something. You know what I mean? It's make it a bit more relevant and make it a bit more conversation driven. But so my point is, like, even my Irish now, like, I'm embarrassed to say, like, I can't speak my national language. I can speak parts of it, but like it's not up to a level where, like, say, like my fiance is fluent because she teaches the language.
Wow.
So. It's something I'm a bit ashamed to say that I should be better at.
Absolutely. Giovanni, again, we heard your Spanish. You were flexing a little earlier, but how did you pick up on it? Was it your parents, or how did it go with you?
I wouldn't say I was flexing. I mean,
Gio was flexing the Duolingo that he was doing for the last month in preparation for today.
I'm a little rusty with my Spanish, but actually, Spanish is my first language. I was actually born in Mexico. I was brought here to the United States when my parents and myself immigrated to the United States when I was 10 months old. And I have dual citizenship, citizen of Mexico and the United States. So
beautiful.
So I spoke in Spanish, growing up to I think to maybe like 10 or 12 years old that I started to speak English more. I went to elementary school in Santana, Jose. So
yes,
they teach you Spanish and English in the same classroom. Learning the ortografía and all that stuff, both Spanish and English. I know how to read and write Spanish because of those classes in Santa Ana, California. So I learned that. So I wouldn't say I'm like great at it, but I could read it and write it, especially when I text my parents. It's all in Spanish. They know a little bit of English, but mainly it's Spanish. But yeah, I feel like I haven't been speaking Spanish as much since I've moved out of my parents. I don't speak Spanish as much. Not every day like I used to. I know I used to have a job where I got paid like a differential for speaking Spanish, but I haven't been doing that in a long time. But yeah, that's my connection to the Spanish language. So yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's great, Gio. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's great because here there's a lot of schools, academies primarily, that teach both the languages as you were mentioning. So it's great because they'll even teach you like all different subjects, not just English, but they'll teach you the various subjects in Spanish. So like you'll be doing math, science in Spanish. Which is great, and they make an emphasis. A lot of the academies here in this area make an emphasis to do that. My nieces and nephews go to an academy where they are taught that way, and I think that's great because again we lose it, and then a lot of kids are growing up and they have Hispanic, Mexican, parents, and they don't speak the language, which is not their fault. Oftentimes there's a misconception. I feel like that it's like their fault, or or they didn't want to learn, or no sabo kids
attached to it, right?
A lot of no sabo kids, right? That's what they call them. So that's what we would refer to, and again I feel bad because it's not really their fault. There's lots of different factors for it.
Oh yeah.
Gio, how often do people think you're Italian though, with a beautiful Italian name like you?
Oh, all the time, because of the name, and then they hear my last name. My last name is Haros or Aros. So then they think I'm at least European or something. It's like no, I'm straight up from Mexico. So, and then my middle name, not to give you guys my legal name and social security number and everything, but my middle name,
address too, please.
my middle name is Rafael. So with an
Ooh,
F,
pues.
with an
There we
F
go.
like Frank. So there you go, Giovanni Rafaelados. So that's my full name there.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys sharing that. Again, it's something just to warm up to kind of, it's the basis of this show, the Spanish language, and kind of just want to see kind of different parts of the world and how it kind of brings us together in a certain way, right? I do want to check in. A couple more people made it. El Walker, hello. Where are you here? I saw your comments. Hello, saying hi to the Movie Canon.
Hey, Walker.
Hello. S Beam is here as well.
Mr. S. Beam.
Hello, S Beam. Good to see you, my friend. Got a correction here. They fact checked. The fact checker is Slovenian. There we go. Thank you so much.
Wrong, bro.
I know. Sorry. I know he was from some. Sorry about that. I know you guys wanted to claim him, but I'm sorry. Collector Zone. Is this a 1/6 Go show with a Spanish twist? Yes, that's what it is. Exactly. You got it. 100%. That's what it is. 100%. Ooh, our buddy Ty. Hello, Ty. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a long time. How are you doing, my friend? Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Valkyrie is here. Good morning. And let's see. And can you help me out? I feel like there's there's no música, mi amigo Marco.
Oh, okay. You want a little Spanish guitar or what?
Yeah, if you got it. Let's do it.
We don't have that. So
Play some Maná.
Big Rip. Maná? ¿Tienes Maná?
Right?
Big Rip, hello. He says, hello, everyone. Let the battle begin. Yes. He's sharing here with us, Philip. He's saying, Philip the Fool. Fun fact, my mom and sister are both fluent in Spanish, but not me. Growing up around the language my whole life, I can understand most of it, but cannot speak it very well. Yeah, that happens a lot. 100% that happens a lot. Valkyrie, again, this also happens a lot too. My parents never taught me their language because they wanted me to adapt to the American life. Yeah, happened a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Philip the Fool says Italians represent. Hello.
Yes.
I want you.
Yes.
Dale me gusta y suscríbete. There we go. Feel the burn. Oh my. Hello, people. Hello, Roberto. ¿Cómo estás? He says Collector Zone. I love it. There are some great 1/6 scale Spanish guys out there so I am digging the Spanish guitar, man. Hit the Daddy Yankee. Ooh, Daddy Yankee. TX Boy 210. Yo, morning, my 1/6 hermanos y hermanas. ¿Cómo están? Ooh, Marco says some reggaeton. It's Saturday. All right, guys, let us move on. Let's see. Elizabeth's still watching. She says, I second the reggaeton.
That's funny.
All right, we got to step our game up for the next one. Yeah. We'll beef up that music selection.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, give me 1 second here. Let me get this set up. Sorry. Okay, here we are. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about is you guys go out to eat, I'm assuming, all the time, right? And then I'm really curious, and especially you guys on the other side, overseas, like you like to hear, Shane, right? Overseas. My buddies over there. I was really curious how this is for you guys. La comida mexicana. Do you like Mexican food? Do you eat it often? Do you have a primary spot that you go to? Do you like it spicy? Not spicy? I'm really, really, really curious to see your thoughts, guys. And again, Gio, you can also chime in as well. I'm not sure. I'm sure you grew up with it, but do you like it? Do you not like it? Can you handle the spice? Can you not handle the spice? Let me know. Whoever wants to go first.
I mean, I love Mexican food, but then I feel like we don't have like a lot of restaurants for it over here, at least not where we are based at all. So in terms of eating out, we don't get a lot. So a lot of it's like the stuff we'll get from Tesco's, which I guess is like your Target, right? So it's like the do-it-yourself kits where you get like the taco kit, the fajita kit, the what are the other ones, empanadas and stuff like that.
Just to say, he's the one who buys the kits. I like to do it myself. Just gonna throw it out there.
Easy, yeah. Don't knock me. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, in terms of restaurants, we're like, just it's a bit sad over here. Like, every now and again, and not to insult anyone, you'll get a Taco Bell, and that's probably like the closest thing.
Yeah, the most of the restaurants are in London, which we don't go often enough, to be honest.
Yeah, we're like a 45-minute train ride from there, so we should go more. But but no, so love it. Don't get to experience it enough.
When we were in America that few years ago, and when we tried tacos there, we were like, "Oh my god, that's the best tacos." Yeah,
but yeah, they were so much better. So
I don't even remember what place it was we were eating at.
This is
it
a
was,
question.
Like much better.
Tacos, should they be hard shells or soft shells, or like does it not really matter?
Ooh.
There's a debate.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the war, Jim. Don't talk about the war.
I'm a
What
hard
part
shell
of the-
guy, so.
Fair. You know what? There's a place for hard shell for sure. What part of the country were you in when you tried the Mexican food?
Orlando. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're everywhere, but yeah, that might have been a little bit more removed. So were they hard shell or soft shell tacos that you tried? Then?
They were soft shells, and I loved
I
it.
see. Oh,
Well, you were saying the ones that you tried in Orlando were good compared to hard shell tacos that you are more familiar with.
Yeah, well, for me at least.
I would agree. They were some of the best tacos we've had.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, some of them were like fish tacos, and if I'm honest, I never had like fish tacos before, and I was like, didn't even think that would be something I would enjoy, but I really liked it. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
Wow. What about un taco de camarón, shrimp taco? You ever tried that?
No, I don't think so.
I think
Is that what it was?
there was like a mixture. We had like a mixture.
Was it seafood tacos? So a bit of everything. Wasn't there lobster in there?
Yeah, so we had like a mixture. There was like I think like a taster menu or something. So there was like a few different ones, essentially.
Yeah,
I won't
beautiful.
will not remember how they were called. Don't ask me, please.
But our exposure to Mexican food is very basic, unfortunately.
What about? Do you like spicy food though in general?
I used to be a complete wimp. So, like, obviously in England we get a lot of curries. So I was very much like a chicken tikka masala, which is like a very sweet kind of basic one. But as I've got older, I've tried to man up a little bit, and I've been increasing my my spicy tolerantness. I can't say that word. But I quite like spicy food now. I used to be very much like, what's the point after a certain amount of spiciness? You can't taste anything anymore. But as you build up kind of tolerance to it, I found you get used to it, and you can kind of you can taste it like better now. So I'm getting there.
And
I prefer spicy now.
I'm opposite. I feel like I was eating more spicy food back at home, and now I can't handle the spice anymore. It literally, like, even going to like Nando's and having like medium hot sauce, it makes me sweat sometimes. So I can't handle the heat anymore.
Do love a Nando's. Cheeky Nando's.
So
That's
is
okay.
Lithuanian food spicy, or it can be spicy?
Not really. So like our cuisine, I would say, is like a bit of a mixture essentially. So we have a lot of European cuisines mixed in. So like my dad, for example, loves this spicy chili soup, which is, I don't know where like the origin of it comes from. You tried it and you were sweating when you went to Lithuania.
Does it take a lot?
But he was pretending that he's all good, but afterwards he was like, I think I need like antihistamine in my asthma pump because I
lay
can't
down
breathe.
for a second.
But he was trying to impress my dad, who was like, oh yeah, it's really good, I can eat it all. So yeah, I used to be good. I used to eat that spicy like soup because like my mom would like put loads of like red chilies in it and all. But traditional meals, like, no, they're not spicy at all. They're like stodgy potato foods.
Very tasty.
That's awesome. Shane, what about you? I'm curious. Is there Mexican restaurants over there?
Yeah, we've got running water. The internet's so helpful. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, Ireland's actually, we're not all on horse and carts anymore. Me gusta me gusta la especia.
We'll see.
Especia? Yeah. So yeah, like okay, so I would say my death row meal would probably be Mexican food. But I'm traveling enough to understand that what my concept of what Mexican food is probably not what Mexican food is. What I think Mexican food has maybe been highly commercialized or highly Americanized. So like I know tacos, fajitas, burritos, guacamole, all good. I don't know. Is that Mexican food, or is that like, no, that's like the pop music of Mexican food? Am I wrong? Or
Probably
Burritos
is.
are
like
technically Mexican American food, so yeah, I
okay,
think those were invented.
as in
here, so,
which
like,
one, fajitas or burritos?
burritos specifically. Fajitas, I'm
Okay.
not sure about. I feel like that might be Mexican.
What about
American as
like
well.
so tamales? They're
Yeah.
actually they're Mexican, and then like say
Very
like
authentic.
tacos and enchiladas, are they Mexican?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
nothing on that list I don't like. In fact, anything on the list I absolutely love. So quick story: myself and Megan were in New York back in 2019, October 2019, and it was one of those days which it was Irish wet over there. It was like it was rain. It was dirty New York rain, as in it was raining heavily, and it was causing that kind of like, you know, that kind of like little rivers by the side of the road with the dirt. It was a messy day. And we were walking around our feet for hours, and eventually we're like, we just need to eat. So she googled some decent place. It turned out to be Mexican. We went in, and my God, we still talk about the food we got there. Now,
Wow.
I would imagine if anyone who knows Mexican food were actually there, they'd be like, yeah, this is just standard to substandard. But it was so goddamn good. And we've had Mexican food before in different countries, and yeah, there are Mexican restaurants in Ireland, but they're not run by Irish people. They're run by like, say, people from South America or whatever. But I don't. It probably wouldn't be if you came over and we went to a Mexican restaurant. You'd be like, no, this is not Mexican food. For example, Dan 6 Killer Views visited Ireland in it was early October, and I'm a big fan of Dan. Dan, if you're watching, shout out to you. Haven't seen him in a while. I know he's moved. He came over with Nancy, his girlfriend, and we. Myself, and Megan, and Dan, we went out in the town, the four of us, for a few beers and whatever. And one of the days, we actually was like, right, we were hungry, and we're like, look, this place here, they claim to be a Mexican fast food place called Boojum. It just does burritos and burrito bowls, and I know what, automatically there, it's like, that's not Mexican food or whatever, but it does I said, look, Dan, it might not be authentic, but it's a decent feed. It's good food, it's flavorful, I like it. And yeah, they had it, and I texted him because I had to go, and he was like, yeah, look, it's not authentic Mexican food, but it's all right. It's actually not bad. So I'm glad he kind of said at least it was all right. It'd be like, I suppose, Chipotle or something like that. I know that's not Mexican food. That isn't that like the fast food, the McDonald's wannabe kind of Mexican food. It's not.
Yeah.
Either way, this place does a damn good burrito, and you'll be full after it, and it's flavorful, and I really like it. But I kind of knew that Dan would be like, no, this is not Mexican food. This is not authentic.
There's a place for that type of food as well.
Yeah.
Right? Chipotle, Taco Bell, well, maybe not Del Taco, but the other two, it's like, there's a time and a place for those. But
I never want to eat in Taco Bell ever.
That's fair.
It just seems to be like, you know, if you're going to eat there, make sure you're wearing your brown pants. That's all I've heard about it. Like, so never, not happening. When I come to visit you, Marco, you're not bringing me there.
No, heck no. We're going to get authentic. If you have to go into a brick and mortar store, it's not authentic enough. It's got to be someone on the corner with a pop-up tent. They've got a van parked there with a trompo.
Yeah.
They're cutting the. Yeah. That's the real way to do it. So.
And I don't mind sweating. I don't mind the spice, but I have to prepare. I have to have nothing else planned for that day.
Mentally. Fair. All right. We're gonna do it big.
Yeah.
Giovanni, what about you, my friend?
Well, let's see. When it comes to Mexican restaurants, I don't tend to go to Taco Bell that much anymore, but just kidding. So tacos, tacos always good to go, right? And then I also like burritos. When I was in Mexico, it's been a while now, but I was trying to find burritos. They actually didn't really have them there. They had a bunch of stands for like tacos and stuff, but not burritos. So my parents obviously make Mexican food. My aunts and grandmothers and stuff like that, they make Mexican food and whatnot. But the foods that I don't like that are Mexican, or at least I believe they're Mexican, are like the chile rellenos. I don't really like those.
You don't like chile rellenos, Gio?
I do not.
It's a top 5 food.
I'm gonna have to kick you out of this stream, my friend.
Can you explain what it is, bro? Really quick.
I don't know. I've tried it, just the taste. Maybe I don't like the chile part. At least the way that it's prepared. I don't know, but
you know what? There's different ways that people make it. Maybe the way you tried it You know what I mean? Because there's different interpretations, and then again, if you
Right,
go from
right.
Mexico to South America and other places, so they kind of do the same foods but with different flares, right? So who knows how you tried it, but the way that I've had it, I feel like it's top 5. It's got to be there.
I've tried different types, and
You did?
still
Wow.
still didn't like them.
So for Shane and Jim and Vita, it's a pepper that they carve out, and then they put cheese in it, and then they dip it in a batter and basically fry it up. And honestly, it's so good.
That sounds
It's so
beautiful.
freaking good. Yeah.
That does.
Yeah, so I don't like that. Is pozole considered Mexican? And
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, man, you're like Mario, Gio. This is disappointing. I thought you were a good guy, but
Wow.
Shots fired.
But yeah. So and then I like breakfast food. So anything that's Mexican breakfast food, eggs with chorizo or something like that. Someone put in the live chat in there.
Yeah.
So I do like that with potatoes sometimes. I don't know if that's really Mexican or not, but huevos rancheros, stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind
Sorry, did someone say potatoes? I just no, never mind.
Yes.
potatoes,
and-
whiskey, and Guinness. That's when you've got to chime in. Lucky Charms as well.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know if we can swear on this channel, but I want to.
Oh, wow.
It is encouraged on this channel.
And then when it comes to being able to handle like the spice or whatever, I think I can. I usually stick to like more medium, nothing too crazy, because I also want to be able to taste the rest of the food, not just the salsa or whatever. So that's where I'm at there.
Got it. And this is I wanted to give you guys a visual. This is what a chile relleno looks like. At least the ones that I have. So usually that's like the sauce and the cheese.
Right? It looks nasty as hell. Yeah.
It's really good, man. It's really good. Now this is other stuff here, but anyways, yeah. All right, I think we got it. Marco, do you want anything you want to share in particular in terms of Sacramento? I know you guys got some stuff over there, right?
Yeah, we do. I would say like the more authentic stuff, or like the best Mexican food, is probably closer to the border, right? So Southern California, but here in Northern California, we still have, really good stuff. But like I said, if you're going to a brick and mortar, sometimes it's a bit subpar. If you find someone, who's making it out of the back of a truck, that's normally the real good stuff.
Big Rib with the comment. Just make sure there's no pets around the taco spots.
Wow.
There's
The tacos that I liked the most wasn't TJ in one of those stands. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. As long as there's no dogs around, I mean, I think we're okay.
If you can't tell, then.
Assist Scale Collectors here. What up, y'all? Hello. Let's see. I'm Hispanic, and there's certain foods I don't enjoy. Lengua being one of them. Do you mess with lengua?
Oh hell no. I can't even see it. Like if I see it, it's like no.
Lengua
It's
is the
cow
tongue. Yeah.
cow tongue.
Honestly, though, the way that it's prepared, if it's crispy enough, like if you didn't know it was cow tongue, I don't know. I think you'd enjoy it.
Shane, if I would you try that? Would you? No, he's like, nope.
Somebody when I was younger gave me a taco, and then I tried it. I took a bite, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it tasted like so weird. And they're like, "Oh, it's lengua," and then I like spit that shit out. I was like, "No."
So in Lithuania, they eat like pig's tongue.
I would try it. Sorry, I was muted. I absolutely would try it. Yeah.
Oh, you would?
I think like I
well.
think in Thailand or something like that they eat like these
You
deep fried
feel-
crickets or something like that. I would try all that stuff. Just I might.
Yeah.
You know what I'm in the mood for? Some deep fried crickets. I think I'd just try it and go. I've tried that. And,
Vita, how do
That's
they
strange.
prepare the pig's tongue? Do they like fry it up? Is it boiled? Because I feel like if anything boiled meat, I'm not interested. But if you grill it up,
So it's kind of like presented like a piece of ham, basically. So it's like kind of preparation is kind of same, I would say.
so it's like a cured meat.
Yeah, so we have like in Lithuania, we have a lot of cured meats. So like James is not a fan of some of them. The other ones are
Sounds
like
like no
fine.
chance.
But yeah, so I'm not even entirely sure, if I'm honest, how it's prepared. because we usually would buy it like from the butchers, like already ready. So I'm not entirely sure how it's prepared, but I quite like it. I used to put it like on piece of bread with mayo.
I'll be down for a bit of cow's tongue, pig tongue, whatever.
But you
As long as it
tried,
tastes
you
good.
tried it. Like when he was in Lithuania, he was eating so many things, and I think he doesn't even know half of the things he already tried.
See, it's what Marco said earlier. If you don't
Ignorance is
know,
bliss, right?
it doesn't matter.
We've got like bologna and hot dogs here, right? Who knows what's in that? But
Oh,
Is-
yeah.
Is ceviche considering Mexican?
I would say, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like it either. So that's another
Oh, pues. Giovanni. You're going to get
I
kicked
think you
off
meant
the
to say
stream, my
the
friend.
ones you like, the ones you not like. That's different.
There aren't any.
I'm just ruling things out, right? Then if I didn't say a dish, a Mexican dish, then that's probably okay. That I'll probably like it. But I'm mainly talking about the ones that I don't like. But
For sure, for sure. All right, guys, let's get this show moving. We got a big main event scheduled for you guys, and I don't want to take too much of your Saturday, so we're gonna move it forward. Now, there was a slow week when it comes to 6 scale, so not a lot of an enfoque in the Escalon Sexta, Shane. So there was not a lot of things to focus on, right? But I wanted to have more of a conversation because it's like, why focus so much on the weekly news? Let's more focus on a little bit more of the conversation here. So let me pull this up for us. And again, you guys are most likely talked about it already. Other streams. I know, Jill, you just had a stream last night and all that. But let me bring this up. And because I'm interested to see kind of the conversation this brings up. So let me go ahead and do this now. Sorry, guys. Learning how to do all this. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay. So the fact that I've streamed with Shane so much is that I already know what he's going to say. Not a triple threat, not interested, don't like this movie, not going to buy it, not interested. I already know, Shane. That's not the point of this conversation. The reason I want to talk about this specifically is because I think this opens up some conversations in regards to characters that Hot Toys or other potential 1/6 scale manufacturers could make, of characters that are pretty interesting or really cool to look at and that we'd like to have in our collection, but from bad movies, right? So guys, I did go ahead and ask you guys, and we'll share those in just one moment. I did ask you guys individually to kind of give me your choices of characters from certain movies, well, bad movies. I said shit movies, but movies in general, right? Where there was a character that kind of stood out and you were like, hey, but if they made that in 6 scale, I'd like to have it for whatever reason that may be, whether it's photography or, it just would look cool on the shelf next to what you already have, so on and so forth. So before we jump into those picks, guys, first and foremost, do you care about Mr. Freeze? Is this something that is interesting because of the potential? What do you guys think? Gio.
I was super excited. For this. A lot of you guys probably know that I'm a big fan of Batman Forever. I do like Batman and Robin, not as much as Batman Forever. I have a connection to Batman Forever, which I've talked about many times before in other streams and whatnot. But this Mr. Freeze, I got the Dragon Toys one because I wanted a representation of Arnold as Mr. Freeze. No one has made him except that third party, and then later they did the So one, right? Mr. Ice, I believe is what they call it. So I got the Dragon Toys, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to settle for that one. Then I heard that Jazz Inc. had gotten the license for Arnold's likeness for Mr. Freeze, and that they're going to potentially work on that. So I was very excited for that, especially with Jazz Inc. We haven't really seen a figure quite yet, like the Catwoman, but I have faith that they'll do well, even though I actually don't have any Jazz Inc. products, but I'm hearing great things from everyone, from the whole community, with the vehicles. I'm sure they'll do well. So I was excited for this. And then all of a sudden, Hot Toys announced this, although I guess you can really say all of a sudden, because they did announce the George Clooney Batman, which I thought we wouldn't get, and then the Robin from Batman and Robin. So I guess we could have expected this, right? Those T800s, Terminator 2 figures with Arnold's likeness. So I guess it shouldn't have been that much of a surprise that they're going to get an Arnold Mr. Freeze. And I was very excited for this, just like Mr. Eddie Money Mendez, who's not here. I know he was excited. I messaged him like right away, like everyone else, I'm sure.
Everyone did.
Yeah, right. So
Everyone did.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. I can't wait to get this. The Dragon Toys one that I have, I'll get rid of. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know. But I really want this. It has the likeness of Arnold. It has the USB powered for the light up function and all that stuff. It's not die cast or anything like that, but it kind of looks kind of like metally. But we'll see how it actually turns out there. And then the wings, right? The wings and the deluxe version. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use them, but I still want the option. So that's why I still pre-order the deluxe. Then there's a question about do you put them on with the goggles or not? I wouldn't put the goggles on because I want to see Arnold's likeness. I want to see Arnold as Mr. Freeze. So that's why I wouldn't put on the goggles. But maybe if I put on the wings, then I think we'll have to put the goggles. But the main display would be without the goggles and the wings. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Very excited for it.
What about you, Jim?
I don't hate these films. They're definitely not my favorite, but this was the Batman that I had growing up. Obviously, probably like a few of us here. So there's definitely a nostalgic element, and this is a really, really nice. I think Hot Toys went all out on this one. They did a really nice job on this, but it's definitely not something that I would pick up. Just I think if I was to pick up something like this, and I guess as the conversation is going to go in a bit from a character from objectively a bad film, because obviously some people would like this film, I'd have to have a strong love for that film. I mean, technically anything from Phantom Menace, I suppose, technically that's not considered to be a good film, but I mean, I'm dying
Great
for
point.
Padawan Obi-Wan.
Subjectivity, right? The subjectivity of everything.
Yeah, exactly that. But no, this isn't something that I'm gonna pick up, and I imagine it's not something for you.
Actually, this character for me is quite nostalgic. So I really remember this character. I don't remember anything about that movie, if I'm honest. So I clearly didn't enjoy it, but I remember this character, and I kind of, as soon as I see the picture of it, I was in my head, I was replaying certain scenes and such, and I was thinking, what movie is this from? And I was embarrassed to ask James because he's gonna be like, what, you don't know this movie? And now as we were talking, I was like, oh yeah, that's what it was. So essentially I quite like the look of it, if I'm honest. I kind of would like to take some pictures of it, but I don't think that would be the piece that I would want to keep forever, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, Shane, again, I already know what you're going to say, but I want to talk about the potential. Does this mean they make Poison Ivy? Does this they go deep in the Rogues Gallery? Do you see Hot Toys doing more with this?
Esta película es una mierda.
Wow.
Shit.
No comprare esto.
Sí.
No? It's good?
Yeah. You're not buying it.
Did you understand what I said? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm happy. Listen, I understand that this is fucking, I am butchering this. I get that. It's an Irish accent. It's really, it's round peg, square hole. But look, okay. The best thing I can say about this is that Hot Toys have absolutely nailed this, because this figure looks just as ridiculous as it did on screen. Now, whether you like the movie or not, we have to appreciate this kind of does look a bit ridiculous. Batman and Robin, to me, is when I think of a bad movie, I do think of Batman and Robin. While I appreciate that people, maybe they were of a certain age or something like that, and this was their Batman, or it was just hit them at the right spot, I completely get that. The head sculpt here is fantastic. The fact that it's LED light up, everyone who's an Iron Man collector should be quaking in their boots, because you know what's around the corner. They're eventually going to get the USB and plug them in. If you are a Batman and Robin fan like Gio or like Eddie, You should be absolutely delighted because this face looks incredible. The light up function looks incredible. It's all good. I personally, I usually go deluxe, but if I was to buy this, I would be going regular here because I those wings, okay.
Understandable.
But look, for the people who have a soft spot for this movie, Hot Toys have done a great job. And look, it's something out of left field you didn't gonna get. So I hope to keep doing this. And yeah, of course, it was Bane in this one or Batman Forever. I can't remember.
This one here.
Bane
I
is
buried them so deep, Marco. It's in this one. Like maybe they do a Bane on this, or maybe they do a Poison Ivy. Also, a lot of people are talking about what Yost is going to do.
So.
I don't think there's any hope Yost is going to do this now. It wouldn't be financially viable. Diecast or not, people are going to go for this one. They won't care about the diecast. I don't think Yost should do this at all.
Yes,
I
agree.
think it'd be a terrible call.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if they do continue with Poison Ivy because they did get Uma Thurman's likeness approval, so they did get that. But does this scare them off? I'm interested to see if they might back off on it or maybe put it to the side for a while to see if Hot Toys does end up doing something.
I think it'd just be a bad business decision. I mean, look, you got that you got the Jazz 89, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I have literally I just got it like last week and it's unboxing it and it is absolutely incredible. But they were offering something different from the Hot Toys one. And like, you know, the Hot Toys one is still a great representation, but they were offering something different. You know, it was the true 1/6 scale, the paint job was different, there was a bunch of different accessories didn't come in and all the kind of jazz, the turbine or whatever like. But with this here, is offering diecast going to attract enough people to go, we're going to pay that top dollar for this one, they can get the Hot Toys one? I don't think they can win this one.
How could the likeness be better too, right? Like this
you know, I think they're better off. Like, I'm really liking the images I'm seeing coming out of the Penguin and, you know, Catwoman and stuff like that, and I think yeah, keep going with that.
Marco?
Yeah, so this movie, you guys are right, this movie is no good, but again, like, it's something that we, you know, all watched growing up, and it's Arnold, right? And the only thing that annoys me is that this is the only villain we've gotten from, you know, Forever and Batman and Robin, and I hope, like you guys are saying, that they continue down that line, because I would love a Jim Carrey Riddler. You know, the Mars Toys one was decent enough, but I think there's plenty of room for improvement. Two-Face from that film, right? So yeah, I think I would collect all of those villains, and this one, it's definitely goofy, but it's going to look so cool on the shelf, and the Arnold likeness is incredible. So I would say this one is definitely a must for me as well.
All right. So a lot of us already buy figures that we just like the character, we like the interpretation. Maybe in this case, like, we like the actor, we like Arnold, so we want to have this representation because it's one of his iconic roles, whether the movie was bad or not, right? But I'm interested, and again, I wanted to lead this conversation too here, because again, everyone's talked about this figure to death, so we can move on. But I wanted to bring it up in terms of, and Shane, you were you were like, oh, this is never gonna happen. You will never get me to answer this. But my question was in regards to what character from a bad movie would you want in your collection? And again, I reached out to all of you guys individually and asked you to give me one character from a regarded bad movie, right? So, you know, it might have a soft spot for you or for whatever reason, but, you know, universally, most likely everyone else that you ask, they'll say, this is a bad movie, right? And again, Shane, you were like, no, but you finally did give me something. And go ahead if you want to jump in there.
You know, after this, I did some soul searching and personal reflection, and I said, you know, Jose has come on my channel multiple times. He has also come in clutch, and he has made the questions for Face Off multiple times. He's invited you on your show. Play the game. So I'm going to give you more than you actually asked for now.
Whoa, okay.
So we'll start off with the one that I actually chose to give you.
Yes, okay. Give me 1 second, because I made a whole thing. Hold on.
No worries.
Where is it? Hold on. I got to stop sharing because I don't want other people to see the other ones. But here it is. And okay. Go ahead. This
was thematic. because I regard The Matrix as one of the greatest movies ever made. Not one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made, but one of the greatest movies ever made. And I know Gio is here, so this actually ties in nicely with the theme today. So The Matrix is incredible. I really liked Reloaded, but it wasn't the same standard. But I thought Revolutions was bad. But I really liked this character, and I have a soft spot for exosuits. So I think this APC from The Matrix Revolutions, bad movie, really cool concept though. Whether that comes from my love of, say, RoboCop or Edge of Tomorrow, they had exosuits in that. I believe those Warriors of Future, I've watched that movie, not great, but I really think I like the look of that exo. I like that look. It's an Iron Man thing. It's a human in a mechanical robotic suit. I kind of really like that. So this would be one that I'd be like, okay, if they made this, I still wouldn't get it, but I'd throw an eye on it. But you know what, Jose, I'll play your game. The way you phrased it, what is widely regarded as a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed Joker 2.
Okay.
I know that is widely regarded as a bad movie. I don't think it's quite as bad as the masses make out, but they drop a Lady Gaga from that now, and I think I'd consider it. I mightn't get it, but I think I would consider it. But that's widely regarded as a bad movie. And I suppose, Warriors of Future, not a great movie, but those exosuits look incredible. Won't be getting them, but they're. I give you three. I played your game.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate that. And again, it was I didn't want to make you squirm, but I was like, I was like, it's like you're so
fair is fair. I make you squirm with the snap when you're there. So
yes, 100%.
I'm a team player.
Thank you. I know, I appreciate that, because I know you're so focused, and you're like, I would not divert from what is my focus, right? So if I wouldn't do that, that's not possible. And I'm like, I know, but for the sake of the game, can you answer?
No, 100%. I know, I get you. I had some soul searching, so because if I divert, I know I'll end up selling. So.
Yes. All right, and I asked everyone to go ahead and participate. So Gio, yours is next. It's a little on theme with what we were talking about. Here we go. This is your pick. Your pick was. Here it is.
A lot of suspense here.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy. Had they not made George Clooney Batman, I would have said that. Had they not made Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze, I would have said that. But they did. So now, even more so, Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. I definitely need her. Again, Jazzing was talking about making her. I don't know if that's going to happen now, right? But it has to be rooted hair, right? It has to be real hair or something like that. Can't be plasticky. I think Mr. Feel the Burn has mentioned that in other streams, and I would agree with that. So it's from a bad movie. I think most people would agree that it's a bad movie, and I would say it's a bad movie. But I have a lot of nostalgia with it. I enjoyed it. It's fun. I love it and everything. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here, especially now that they made these other characters, these other figures. A lot of potential accessories for this one as well. Different outfits that they can use. For Poison Ivy. So she's a villain just in general. Poison Ivy is one of those top villains, I would say. Not like top tier, but definitely everyone knows Poison Ivy. And I don't think we've seen, at least I don't recall seeing an Uma Thurman figure anywhere from Hot Toys. I could be wrong, but yeah, that would be something new as well. So yeah, I would totally get this. I'm hoping they do announce her, especially now because of what happens. So I'm ready for her. And if they make a Bane, I know I'm not talking about a Bane right now, but if they make a Bane for Batman and Robin, I'll get that one too. So
wow, awesome. Yeah, and again, I think that it's very much likely. I'm not sure if Jazz Inc. is the one that pulls the trigger based on this Mr. Freeze announcement, right, or if it's Hot Toys that actually decides to go for it. So I'm really curious. All right. Hold on. We got a couple comments I wanted to read here. Marco, you got anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Gio, which look would you prefer, the one on the left or the one on the right? Because I feel like the left is more likely. It's a little less intricate, but it's a little bit more iconic in my eyes. What do you think?
I would prefer the one on the right, but I think the more likely one is the one on the left. But I think there's more stuff going on with the one on the right, as far as the outfit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Ooh, X-Men says he'd love a leprechaun. Yeah, guys, let us know your picks.
That's a good shout.
Me encantaría un leprechaun, dice. Brick says Craven would be a great figure from a bad movie, and also Toxic Avenger. All right.
Well, it's a remake for that, right?
Yeah. Let's see what else. Great character. You think he was referring to Shane's pick there? And Philip says went out like a G. He did. All right. Phil of the Burn agrees with the Lady Gaga pick. Yes. And X-Men agrees with your pick, Gio. Good pick. I think Uma Thurman's interpretation, regardless of what you think about the movie, I think we all agree that's not great. But I think her interpretation of Poison Ivy is kind of iconic, right? You guys, you boys fighting over old little me or whatever is right, in the bat card and betting over her or whatever is, and it's fun to watch, I guess.
Yes, yeah. Everyone's talking about the puns that Mr. Freeze says, that Arnold says in Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin, but Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, she has a shitload too. They're also like hilarious. Like some lucky boy is about to hit the honey pot. I know that's one of the lines that she says.
Yeah.
So she has like a lot of those innuendos and that she's saying in a kids movie technically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of funny though.
Absolutely. Want to say what's up to Jazzy. Good friend Jazzy says, "What's up, putos?" Oh,
damn,
okay.
Damn. All right. Jazzy.
All right.
Damn. I guess we're all putos over here. Damn.
But he says, "What's up to us?" Hello. Badfish was here. Good to see you, my friend. He says, "Loving the show. Keep them coming. I'm at my parents for the day, so got to catch the replay. Figure pitch segment is great." Yes, thank you. No, definitely no problem. Go ahead and do your day, and definitely catch the replay. Let us know what you think. Let's see. I want that plant in a jar as an accessory. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Would be awesome.
Yeah. Getting her likeness license is different. Arnold, they already have, and it was easy. It's going to be interesting. I think they got Uma Thurman already, though. They got her already. So, Hotline still talking to Shane about the Batmobile. Yes. Let's see. Uma Thurman does this southern accent that comes and goes. She does. Did you guys ever notice that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's been a long time since I've seen this. I feel like I got to get it back soon.
It's on Max.
Oh,
It's it's on there. It's on there.
It's on Max,
or just YouTube, or just YouTube some clips.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's usually what I do. And I'm like, okay, I don't have to watch the whole thing.
No, watch the whole thing.
No, I'm okay.
No. It's only 2 hours and something minutes. So
no, I need that part of my life, man. I can't give it up.
Okay.
And when Adam 12 says, "Hey guys, good to see you, my friend." All right, we're moving on to the next pick because again, we got to get to the main event, guys. And the next pick, I believe it's Marco's. Yes, Marco. You told me you wanted to do Bullseye from one of my favorite movies, Daredevil, the Ben Affleck version. Why did you pick Bullseye?
So, bro, this movie is definitely underrated. It has been a while since I've seen it, so I'm sure that it maybe doesn't hold up as well. But, Jose was turning me on pause to the director's cut of this film. And so I think I'm definitely going to go track that down. Watch the director's cut, but he's so good in this. Honestly, like he's so scary, and obviously one of the great actors. He kills it in Penguin, and so to kind of go back retroactively and appreciate an older role with him in a comic book villain role would be awesome. So it's a goofy look. He's definitely over the top, but I think he could be just like a really badass representation of a different era of comic book movies. So. Yeah, it's definitely one that I'd be interested in adding. Did he have so he obviously has his trench coat look. I can't recall. Does he have like a more comic accurate look at all, or it's just the bullseye on the forehead?
No, this is kind of like his civilian look per se. It's not really his costume. And he has a line in the movie when he's talking to Kingpin, and he tells him, "I want a bloody costume." So he wanted one, and that would have been there was. Well, I mean, if you've seen the movie, he's obviously not. That's not possible, but
anything's possible in these films.
Yeah, but he was wearing it. That was like his civilian outfit, which is pretty cool with the trench coat. I mean, I'm always for a good trench coat, right? So that would be awesome. And again, actually, I would want.
Sorry, trench coat.
Yes. I would want all the characters from this film because it's one of my favorite films. And again, that director's cut is where it's at. It's like maybe an additional 15-20 minutes or so of footage.
Okay.
This whole subplot that's removed that makes a lot more sense. And also, one of the creative choices is different and makes more sense than the theatrical cut because it doesn't make sense. There's a line that doesn't make sense at all. You would have to watch the movie for me to explain, but basically he tells her, oh, it's been a while since I saw you or something like that, but he just saw her. It doesn't make sense in the theatrical cut, or sorry about the other night or something like that, but
Rick
it does
is saying
make
this looks
sense.
like Marcos is pretty funny.
Oh yes. But yeah, long story short, there's a whole subplot with Coolio and a lot more of Matt in the courtroom, so definitely would recommend you watch the director's cut 100%.
I will get there. I'll definitely check it out.
Do you know if it's anywhere streaming? I haven't seen the director's cut of Daredevil.
So if it's streaming anywhere, I have no idea. No idea.
Because I know Max has some director's cut of movies, and Amazon Prime sometimes they have those director's cut versions there. I don't think I've ever seen Daredevil.
I don't think so, but I think you could buy it. It's relatively cheap, or find it somewhere else. But I have 2 copies. I was trying to give it to Marco, but Marco don't want it. I have 2 copies of it because I think it's that good. So
I got a guy. Don't worry about it. But if I can't find it, I'll hit you up.
For sure. Well, let's move on. Let's see who's the next one. Let's see. Ooh, all right.
Oh,
James.
Wow. Wow.
Let us know about your pick.
So I thought this was a harder question to answer than I thought it was going to be. Maybe that's just because bad films don't stick in the mind, and maybe because it is so subjective, because I don't hate this film. I like it. I recognize the fact it's definitely the worst film in the whole franchise. And it went a direction that a lot of people didn't like, and a lot of things about it I don't like. But one thing that I remember from this film when I first watched it is that this thing freaked me out massively, throughout, and the whole end scene with it, and when it gets sucked through that ridiculously tiny little hole at the end of the film, that whole period of this film just stuck with me. And design wise, it's icky, right? It's gross. People walk in, they see it on the shelf, they can be like, what the is that? So I think this would be a figure that I would absolutely love to have on display. Yes.
She's like, no.
She's like, no.
Don't buy that. No.
There's already a Pennywise and Art the Clown over there, so so she'll be.
She's like, not for much longer. She's like, you're not here one day.
They're your favorites, aren't they?
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes I come back and I used to have Pennywise and Art the Clown next to each other, and Pennywise has fallen over, so there's just a running joke that Art the Clown's just going around killing all the figures that he stands next to as well. It's always them. But I think this would be a really cool 1/6 scale figure to have on your shelf, and I think especially the way Hot Toys do the aliens now, like we're going to see with Romulus, I think they could make this look really good. I actually considered the Xenomorph from Romulus as my pick, but technically it already exists, right? So I was like, I can't go with that. Because I love that film, but I know a lot of people don't consider it to be great. But yeah. That's my pick, the newborn from Resurrection.
But it's not a bad movie though. Jim, like Romulus.
It depends who you ask.
Oh no, I think Resurrections is, but Romulus itself, I'll be the first to say, yeah, it's not Aliens, and maybe we're setting them up and comparing them against Impossible standards. But I wouldn't consider Romulus a bad movie. I just would consider it it's 3 stars. It's fine. It's good.
I think you're right. To be fair, I was thinking the same when you brought up the Joker 2. I think it's hard to say that's a bad film. I think it's just a film that took the character in a direction that people didn't want necessarily, but the film itself,
that's a very true statement.
Yeah. But and I think this suffered from some of the same thing. There's some gold in this. Ron Perlman in this. I love it. He's brilliant.
Yeah. Awesome pick. Thank you guys for sharing that. And I believe Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know how that would look in your shelf. Vita
awesome.
does not
Right.
seem
No.
enthusiastic about that. But
Maybe if like the display box is not see-through, maybe. But yeah.
Put a little cover over it.
Yeah.
You can just open the door and put a light on while he's in the room. But if I'm in the room, it's just close the door and
It's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
us and look at us. I mean,
Fair enough.
it is. It's just yeah. When I used to sometimes work here and the clowns would start falling around behind me, it would just creep me out. Like,
Oh,
oh
honestly.
my, they're
yeah, that's
moving.
creepy clowns.
Oh my god.
I did.
Yeah. Just clowns, not the one.
This is why I
Right.
started collecting the clowns after I met her, and she was already locked in.
Eat and switch.
Damn right.
Let's see, Vita, you picked. I thought this was a unique pick. You said Sansa, so I was like, which version, the original or the younger version? And you were like, I want Sansa. Why did you pick this one?
So I struggled, to be honest, because James actually let me know that I have to pick something quite late. Thank you.
Yes.
No, you told me this morning you were on the way to the gym. I was like,
Oh,
what?
wow.
I need to do what
Damn
now?
it, Jim.
Damn it.
I thought I'll take
No.
responsibility though, because it was last minute that the invite was last minute, so I told you guys the information a little later. So I'll
Damn it,
take part
Jose.
of the blame as well. Sorry.
Thank you, Jose.
You next time just communicate to me directly, so I'm a bit
Oh,
more
got it.
efficient of distributing information to other involved.
Cut out the
Yes.
middleman.
For sure.
Yeah, so I struggled to pick. Initially, I was thinking straight away. My mind went to actually Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn, but then I was thinking I do not hate the movie, so I can't
Okay.
say it's a shit movie and I'm picking that character because I quite like the movie.
Okay.
And then I had to think about something else, and I'm annoyed I didn't think about Poison Ivy because I actually love Poison Ivy. That's one of my one of favorite characters, to be honest. But it just didn't come to my mind. And then I was trying to think of what movies I don't quite remember and didn't leave like an impact, let's say, or not something I would go back and rewatch it, but what characters stand out. And then I start thinking of Jean Grey basically. I think she's not was good in that role. I think she portrayed the character pretty well, but I think overall movie was just quite joyless kind of thing. It was quite boring, and I felt like she could have she brought quite a bit into it, and the all the chemistry with characters and such. I think she did a great job, but just overall I think that movie kind of robbed of the kind of the spotlight of her. It's I think because the reviews of the movie we all know is really bad, and I haven't heard anyone saying anything positive about it for a long time. I think for me I like the obviously female presentation as well, so because we have so many figures which are obviously male lead characters and such, and I think we lacking of the female ones, and I quite enjoy it, and I think she did a brilliant job in the role, and I would just like to see her in the more movies, to be honest. And
and it's a comment that X-Men brings up here. He says, at least in the movie they tried to give her the Phoenix something how it originally happened instead of the whole evil personality thing, which they did with the original X-Men 3. So they kind of did try to do a little bit more comics accurate thing. I think the issue with this particular movie was it was very messed in the edit. So they did go ahead and reshoot a lot of things, and they were changing storylines. The villain changed multiple times. Jessica Chastain, who played the villain, didn't even know the name of the character she was playing because it was changed and changing because it was right in 2019 with the acquisition of 20th Century Fox into Disney. And so they wanted to do the Skrulls, but then they were going to do the Skrulls later. So then they decided to switch it and do the Umdabi, I believe that they were. Anyways, long story short, there was a lot of things that were changed, edited, removed. The whole third act was changed. So I definitely agree. This was a movie that suffered for that. But I personally think Sophie's a great actress. and she's Emmy nominated. If you've seen her work and obviously in Game of Thrones and other things, she obviously can pull off the role. She studied schizophrenic. She studied a lot of things in terms of someone who has multiple personalities, dual personalities, bipolarism. So that's kind of what she was bringing to the table in terms of the character. But yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from with this one. All right.
I forget that
go ahead.
this movie exists, but I think you're right. She had a great portrayal of this character, but yeah, in an otherwise very, very forgettable film.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, who is next? Shane, you want to? My turn. I picked another X-Men. I picked Magic. X-Men, if you're in the chat, I know you'll love this pick. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is a star. I think I like her almost everything that she does. She just has something that she captivates the screen, and her interpretation of Magic is one. As I'm saying, it's like it was the standout of the New Mutants film. Now, a lot of people don't even remember the film. I did like certain elements. Like, I don't personally think it was terrible. I liked some of the horror elements, the demon bear, so on and so forth. But it just suffered again for the specific reason again of that it was messed in the edit, the whole acquisition of 20th Century Fox, a lot of things that were changed with this film that it suffered. It ended up premiering during COVID time. I remember I saw this one at a drive-in because we couldn't see it at the movie theater, so I saw it at a drive-in. Did you go to which one did you go to? I went to I think the Rose Bowl, I think.
Oh no, I went to closer to home, Riverside area.
Got it. Yeah. So again, I would love this. I think this would be so toyetic, and it's an actress that I really enjoy. I love the role. I love the character. I love the X-Men. So anything from that would always interest me. So that's why I picked Magic. I think it would be awesome. And then her brother too. I mean, we can get Colossus. We can get in there. Oh man, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I would definitely be interested. Go ahead,
Jose. Well, I echo everything you've said about Anna Taylor-Joy. I also think she is so hot. But there's that's just yeah.
She speaks Spanish well too.
Yes,
but I feel that Marco is on the verge of saying that she's. No, actually, I won't go there. Marco has a way of putting
falls
things
in that category.
I just so you shut your goddamn mouth.
It's the
but I am
of her
a bit.
Eyes.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking out a bit here. But anyone else see how to train your dragon on her right shoulder, or is it just me? It's there, yeah. I haven't seen this movie, but there's a little dragon there, yeah.
No,
yes,
nothing there, Shane. Just kidding.
Well played.
What was in that Guinness?
Okay. What was in that Guinness?
I'm gonna rewatch this, and if it's not there, I'm gonna have a word with myself.
There was elements of the film that I quite enjoyed. Anya's portrayal, obviously, but again, she has this thing, her screen presence. When I was in school, I would often come up with store concepts, right? For whatever pitch I was doing, similar to, which is the reason why this show exists. It's because I often had to do pitches like that, and oftentimes my protagonist, I would do a prototype of kind of like the visualization to kind of provide visuals for who would play the character. Mm-hmm. Almost every single time, it was always Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah. Like the class knew. It was like, dude, like, are you like, is she like your muse? Like, what's the deal? Like, I'm like, I could just put her in anything, man. I just feel like she can play anything.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that.
She's our modern day Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yes.
No.
Well played.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys playing along. I know it was difficult for some of you guys, Shane, but I really appreciate you guys playing along with my game there. Again, I wanted to sidebar from the whole conversation of Arnold, because again, in the Mr. Freeze, because everyone's talked about it. I kind of wanted to dive a little deeper, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. But, she's off. Heading out, guys. Have fun. Yes. Have fun. We'll talk later. Okay. Be safe. And all right, let's get into it, guys. Giovanni, how would you feel about, you said you read and write, right? How would you feel about reading this for me?
Um,
And he's like, what? What are you talking about?
You're not sharing your screen. Where's
I don't
that?
see any.
yes.
Yeah, I don't see anything yet.
Oh, no, no. It's I'm doing the whole thing where I'm taking a while, and then
Oh,
there we go. If you could, I'd appreciate it.
Ok. Descargo de responsabilidad. A partir de este programa, reconoces y aceptas que cualquier propuesta, idea o concepto presentado durante la competencia se ofrece de manera libre y sin expectativa de compensación o participación adicional. Entiendes que el presentar tu propuesta renuncias a todos los derechos, reclamaciones o propiedad del contenido presentado. Además, aceptas que la propuesta y las ideas relacionadas ahora se consideran de libre uso por parte de las compañías o cualquier parte asociada sin obligación legal alguna. Al continuar con tu participación, ¿estás de acuerdo de estos términos y renuncias a cualquier derecho legal o reclamación de compensación respecto al uso de tu propuesta?
Crushed it.
Why? Thank you. Go ahead, Marco. Yes. Clap, clap.
yeah.
I thought you said you had a question. I was like, go ahead.
No. Sorry, I just said he crushed it. I said he crushed
Oh,
it.
he did. Oh, yes, he did. Muchas gracias,
Thank you.
Giovanni. Muchas gracias. Now, for everyone else that did not understand that, Marco, would you do me the favor?
Listen, I can't really read in English or Spanish, but let me give it a shot. Disclaimer, by participating in this figure pitch game, you acknowledge and agree that any pitch, idea, or concept presented during the competition is provided freely and without expectation of compensation or further involvement. You understand that by submitting your pitch, you renounce any and all rights, claims, or ownership of the content presented. You further agree that the pitch and related ideas are now considered fair game for use by said companies and/or any associated parties without legal obligation. By continuing with your participation, you consent on these terms. I don't know why I paused there. And waive any legal rights or claims to compensation regarding the use of your pitch. Very official, Jose.
Muchas gracias, Marco. Muchas gracias. Guys, I should call that the Collector Joey disclaimer, because Joey's pitch the first episode, and I mean both of them were great, but Joey's pitch in particular was the one that, because he did the graphics and so on and so forth, that people thought it was an actual thing. And so people were like, you should put a disclaimer, because you know what I mean? Like all the legal things and all that. And I was like, all right. So Joey, shout out to you, my friend. This is for you. All right. Again, so we are getting into the main event, guys. This is what you came to see. King Shark Tank. All right, this is how it goes down. It's like the TV show, but with a twist, okay? 2 or 3. I haven't thought about doing 3. Sometimes it's hard to schedule people, but I did write 3. So right now, so far, it's only been 2. Maybe one day we'll get to the 3. But the 2 competitors must state which company they're pitching to. So guys, right off the bat, let us know who you're pitching to. Hot Toys, In Art, Jazzing, J&D. Panelists will represent the said company, the competitor chooses. So me, Marco, Jim, and Vita, we will be that company, and we will be hearing everything they're saying, seeing if they miss anything, and then we will definitely follow up at the end with more questions. Panelists will represent that company. Competitors have 5 minutes to pitch. I'll go ahead and set a timer. 5 minutes. We will provide you a grace period. So if you want to go a little bit over, we will allow that. But, once we say stop, you got to stop. Once both competitors have pitched, we will have a quick Q&A and rebuttal opportunity for the competitors. So Shane, Gio, you can ask each other questions. If you think he's missing something, if you think he's overcharging, if you think that there's something that, it's missing, or you want to challenge, or that didn't make sense, that's your opportunity, because that will help sway the audience. And lastly, votes from the panel and the chat will determine the winner. So Marco, we'll need your help. Once I tell you, you create the poll and the audience will vote for our winner. Does that make sense to everybody?
Ground
All right. Now, Shane, Giovanni did tell me he wanted to go first. Are you okay with that?
No, I'm
You're
going to
muted.
kick up a massive fuss. and I'm gonna say this is an outrage, and I'm gonna throw a temper tantrum. Of course, you can go first. Yeah, of course you can first.
Thank you, Shane. Thanks, Shane.
Beautiful. And again, please state who you're going to pitch to. So if it's one of these gentlemen or someone not on this screen, definitely let us know. All right. Beautiful. All right. Giovanni, you will go first.
Okay, so when does the time actually start, and where do I show my? How could I start?
Once you have it on the pantalla, so once you have it on the screen,
okay,
the 5 minutes will start.
Okay. There's hold on a sec. So when I present the slide, I want it so that it doesn't show all the slides at the same time. So can I do like a little test run before it actually starts of another clip of another presentation I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to pitch to Howard of Hot Toys. So that's who I'm pitching to here today.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah.
My man Gio's locked in, bro. He's taking this very seriously. I appreciate it.
I knew he would, and that's why
he's got plan A, B, C, and D.
That's right.
So whenever I'm supposed to see something, right? Or am I supposed to do something? Or hold on a sec.
So there's
I can show it. Okay, all right. So all right, so let me just try this real quick. This is just a little test run right here, right? So okay, this is not it.
Yeah.
All right, so you can see it, Jose?
Yeah,
or,
it looks good. It looks
Marco?
like we're seeing full screen, so we're not seeing
okay, yeah, that's what I want to be able
slides.
to do. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, so let's see here. Okay, no, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
so that's how it would look. That's how it would look.
You
Okay,
will be
so-
deducted points for any technical issues, but that's fine.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, so, okay.
Marco's giving you a hard time.
All right. See, I don't want to show the whole thing. That's the thing. I don't want to show.
No, just do it side. Do the side show. Like so, click on it like you're presenting. Just the one.
I think the way he's got it right here.
Image. Yeah. The way that you have it right there is perfect. Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Let me stop this real quick here, and then I'll.
Is Plan D for Star Ace?
Plan Z.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 1 second. I can still hear you.
Wow, this is some gamesmanship right here. I could just.
Okay.
trying to get
Yes.
in your head.
Yeah. See, right now, if I show the screen, it's going to show the whole thing, and I don't want to show it right away. Hold on a sec.
Ooh.
Can you see it now?
Hold on.
See, I see now. Let's see.
Is there something's coming? Yeah, I see it. Bring it up, Marco, if you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it up. Okay.
Yes, please. There it is.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, all right. So starting now.
Let me start the timer. 1 second, por favor. All right. Hold on. Okay. Well, I don't know where Shane went, but I hope he's listening because this is gonna be important. Okay, sorry. All right, timer will start now.
All right, guys. So I'm pitching this to Mr. Howard Chen here from Hot Toys. Okay, so there's a lot of characters that were manufactured by Hot Toys that are not nearly as popular as the figure I'm about to pitch to you guys. We have characters like Sylvie from Loki. We have Thena, Gilgamesh. They were all manufactured, and they're sitting at Sideshow's website right now, still available for you to pre-order. Now, producing this character that I'm about to pitch to is makes a lot of sense, complete and total sense. And then why, you may ask? So let's go into the realm of character casting. So there's the notion that there are three main actors who are absolutely born to play their respective comic book characters. We have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I contend that there's a fourth actor, while not a comic book hero, I would say that he is a great fourth actor that plays a comic book character that was also born to play this particular individual here, this character here. And I am speaking to Jonah Jameson Jr. as a 1/6 scale collectible figure from the Spider-Man 2 film. And let's see. So when it comes to the type of figure that we have here, right? So we have the two versions. We have standard and a deluxe. So we have standard, which will be $265, and the deluxe will be $305. For the standard, you will get one head sculpt, and you get the regular base. We get these accessories, and the accessories are ones that you see here in the screen here. The Daily Bugle newspaper with Spider-Man on the cover. The newspaper will have the headline Hero or Menace, as seen in the film franchise. Five folders, 5 1/6 Spider-Man photos, as taken by Peter Parker. And again, this one is $265 here. For the we have the 2 head sculpts, which I'll talk about in just a bit here. For the deluxe, you'll get both of these head sculpts. The hair, it's sculpted hair for both of them, so no rooted hair or anything like that. So we get that. We're going to have all the accessories that you see in the standard, but you will also get a diorama base, or I'm sorry, a diorama backdrop. So we have a one Daily Bugle office themed backdrop, double-sided. Again, this is for the deluxe. Each side has one 2.5-inch ABS plastic square for magnetic frames, which comes with 2 diorama accessories, which include one magnetized picture frame about 2.5 inches tall, which will contain a Daily Bugle newspaper cover page with the headline Hero or Menace, and a second magnetized picture frame about 2.5 inches tall, which will contain the cover page with the headline Wanted, as seen in the Sam Raimi film franchise. So think of the backdrop used in Miles Morales' Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse backdrop diorama base. Think of that, but instead it's going to be an office backdrop, which you'll see here, double-sided. So you got that there, and let me see here. And then we have just a comparison here of the Tobey Maguire No Way Home Spider-Man compared to what the figure would be side by side. So that's what we have there. Now, why would we pick this character as a figure? Everyone has a Spider-Man. Everyone has some kind of version of Spider-Man. A lot of people have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. What we don't have is J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. So it can go with a Tobey Maguire figure. It can go to, thanks to Spider-Man No Way Home, it can go with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. It can go with the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Of course, it looks a little different in the films, but it can go with that. You can also use them for any other Spider-Mans as well, because J. Jonah Jameson as J. Jonah Jameson is an iconic character. The performance is so great by J.K. Simmons that Sony nor the MCU has even tried to recast him. So it makes sense that you would make this. I think it would definitely sell. Let me see. When it comes to the hands, 8 pair of fists, 8 pair of gestured hands, a pointing hand, a hand that you could hold like an item, like a custom cigar, possibly. A newspaper, that's another one there. 30 points of articulation. The brown colored suit jacket, greenish colored dress shirt with thin stripes, colored patterned tie, brown colored pants, a pair of black colored shoes. Oh, so that's what we have here. Again, the regular basis, a crotch grabber, and the diorama bases. So yeah, I think this would definitely sell. So that's my pitch. J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man 2. There you go.
All right, beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you so much. And
Oh
wow.
Man, that is
Beautiful.
German efficiency right there.
Oh my goodness. Now again, please, if you have any notes, Shane, that you want asked, definitely keep those in mind, so you can ask after your pitch. We'll go ahead and give you guys the opportunity to do so. But whenever you're ready, Shane, you're next.
I just have to ask. Marco a question.
Oh.
This is going to be asked terribly, but me entiendes o debería hablar más lento, Marco? Okay, moving on.
I'm not sure how you follow him.
He said, "Do you understand?" He said, "Do you understand me, or should I speak slower?"
Okay.
Got it.
Right. Well done, Gio. Well done.
Thank you.
I just want to see if I can share this properly. So I'm gonna straight into the right. Do I have what I need here?
Got a lot of love in the comments, Gio. I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of love.
I'm up against it.
Thank you. But we'll see how Shane does. But thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this in what can I actually? I'm gonna click share, but would it be right in saying that Jose, you choose what gets. When I click share, it's like a request comes up, and you choose to share it or not. Would that be right?
Yeah, I believe
No?
so. Yeah.
Okay, Grant. So I'm gonna click share, but don't show it yet, and I'll tell you when to
Okay.
show it. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
that's
can start the timer whenever you want.
fine. Okay. Wow. All right.
Be good.
1 second. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So why are we here? Like, why are we really here? What brought us to this community? What brought us to this hobby? You know, what brought us to this love of collecting in general, 6-scale collecting, whether it's statues, 12 scale, whether it's artisan or in art or Big Sheep Studios or J&D. Oh, anyway, so we're here because of our love of movies, but not just any movies. We're here for our love of movie icons, characters that have not only stood the test of time, but are iconic characters that have a high level of quality. Ones that we keep going back to, whether it's weeks, months, years, or in this case, decades have passed. So just with that, bear that in mind, that this is not like a flash in the pan. This is not a character that will be forgotten in, you know, a year's time or 2 years' time or 10 years' time. This one is going to be remembered for decades. So this is the pitch I have for you. If you wouldn't mind sharing that there, please. I'm pitching to Howard Chan.
I'm not seeing it yet.
It'll take a few seconds to come up
Okay.
there. So I'm pitching to Howard Chan specifically on this one. I can see it loading here, but it's just taking its sweet time.
Shane, I think you might have to click the present button again, just in case.
I can see it loading though, but it just doesn't seem to be
interesting.
loading.
Okay.
It's just processing.
This will again. You will
There we
deduct
go.
points.
I thought that was an air.
You
I
ready?
see it.
I can see it there, but I don't have the. It's
Ready?
loaded up, but
I
I
see
don't.
it. I see it.
There we go. Yeah,
I
work
see it.
with Okay. So this here, given the recent, I suppose, lack of content from the big three, the Marvel, the DC, the Star Wars, and given the recent strikes of say 2024, this is a specifically important character. No one can deny this character is a triple threat. This is a character that I personally love. That I love the character, I love the source material, and I love this specific version. The 1986 movie Aliens is not only one of the best movies ever made, not only one of the best science fiction movies ever made, not only changed the face of cinema and science fiction and CGI, like and even practical effects, for it changed the film industry, but it was one of the best sequels ever made. This one has been made previously before, not this specific version, but it has previously been made from Hot Toys. They made an Alien version and they made an Aliens version, but let's be honest, folks, compared to the absolute stunning technology with the improvements in the paint apps, the sculpts, the tailoring, the separate rolling eyeballs function, the magnetic bases and everything we have now, it's unfair to compare and look at those older figures through the lens of the modern skills that they have now. So what I'm pitching here is, and this is a niche one, this will be obviously a 1/6 scale Hot Toys version if Howard takes my pitch. It is not artisan. Because if you recall, the Beetlejuice from Hot Toys had the actual rooted wool hair, but was not branded artisan. And the beauty of that is that this is going to come in at $375. You might be thinking, how can you possibly do that if you're doing the wool hair? Because their artisan version of the cheapest artisan version you can get is $385, and that is the Black Widow. Now what I'm offering here is $375. Not limited. We are going to be inclusive here and give everyone the opportunity to get this. $375 for a rooted haired Ellen Ripley from Aliens from the 1986 absolute masterpiece. Separate rolling eyeballs functions. The M41A pulse rifle accessory. Newt also with rooted hair, which, let's face it, if this goes through, folks, if you ever wanted that 1/6 scale John Connor or that 1/6 scale Anakin from episode 1, which I know you do, if you support this and this goes through and opens up the door, that could be the figures that you get in the future. We need to support these child characters. Newt not only comes with rooted hair and separate rolling eyeballs herself, but she comes with 2 bodies, similar to the Grogu in the original Beskar Mando Deluxe non-chrome version. It came with a seated version, and it came with a version that could stand. The reason you could do that is because one of the bodies would be simple, like a child body, and the other one would be already manipulated into this position so it can magnetically attach to Ripley to recreate this iconic scene from one of the best movies ever made. It comes with your egg and face hugger diorama base, and of course, this is a game changer for the Miles Morales fans. Branded Reebok trainers. Don't be cheap, Howard. Pay the goddamn license. People will want this. Now, gotta move on to the next part. Sorry, that's all in Spanish there. Just in case anyone didn't understand the English. Thank you very much.
All right on time, Shane. Wow. Congrats to both of you guys. Thank you so much.
Gio set the bar very high, to be fair.
Aplauso. I love the Spanish touch, by the way. Guys, this is beautiful. Again, both of you guys brought it. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time. I know this takes time from your life, from your busy life to do this pitch. So I really appreciate you guys doing it. Guys, it is that time. Thank you again, both of you guys. Exceptional presentations. If you don't mind, it is time though for a quick rebuttal and Q&A. Guys, you guys both saw the pitches, and then as well, guys, our special guests, judges, bring it as well. If you have questions for them, Marco, if you got something, go ahead and ask. Chat, please ask a question if you have it. We'll give us a couple more minutes, and then we'll start the poll. And the music is gone, by the way. I'm not hearing the music.
I can still hear it.
I hear it.
Is it? Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
It's actually quite soothing.
Turn it up a little bit if you'd like.
I don't think I had music at all.
That's weird. I'm not hearing anything. But anyways, who wants to start off? If you guys want to ask each other something, or Marco or Vita or Jim, if you got something.
I do have a question for Gio. So in terms of the tailoring, we know Hot Toys sometimes struggles with, suits and so what are you pitching to ensure that this is going to be kind of that next level in terms of the tailoring of your character?
How do you mean? I'm not following the question. So, ask it again, please.
So are there any modifications to Hot Toys' normal process in terms of making a suit for 1/6 scale figure? We know, like I'm saying, the Harvey Dent Two-Face, the John Wick characters, we know sometimes the fit can be a bit boxy. Are you proposing any changes to the manufacturing or development process?
I mean, I would, but what exactly would it be? I'm not entirely sure. That's something that Hot Toys I would think, look into trying to fix that. They're always trying to update and do something better, right? But what exactly that would be, I wouldn't know exactly what that would be.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of criticism in terms of the suits, right? So they're not tailored correctly, maybe a little too baggy, maybe the sleeves are a little too short. I guess the question is, would you ensure that they maybe go to an outside source, or they do things a little differently to ensure the tailoring is a little bit better than what we've seen so far from Hot Toys?
As long as it doesn't end up costing the consumer more money to go outside. But it's just figure with a suit. I think it'll be fine. But like I said, if they have to go through some outside situation and it costs more money, probably try to find some other routes to do it. Like I said, I wouldn't know exactly what it would be because I wouldn't know what kind of fabric they would use or what they would try to do to fix that. But we're also trying to keep it at a certain price as well. But yeah.
Fair. Okay. I'm coming with the tough questions for both guys, so I've got another one for Shane. So obviously Hot Toys has a lot of controversy with the Joker and the wool implantation. How would this figure, it's bold to kind of suggest a wool implantation figure with all that controversy surrounding it. What would Hot Toys do differently with this release to make sure that that's not an issue for this Ripley?
That's actually a great question. First of all, I would like to come in on the one that you asked, Gio. I believe the Two-Face figure, the tie in the Two-Face figure actually had a habit of sitting out, not flush to the body. And I think the advantage of having a magnetic body Newt is the same exact solution to that. A tiny little magnet in the tie, just hold it flush down as if gravity is taking its toll. But I'll answer your question too, Marco. I think this is actually a good thing. So you have the artisan in-art Joker, which it's had its controversy. You've had like the kind of, I suppose, the oranging of the glue, I believe, and then you also have some of the hair getting completely taken out. Now, I believe there was 4,000 of that figure released or put up for pre-order, and that one figure, that's 1 out of 4,000. And even if you were to gather together all the different defects you have of the hair, you're probably talking, less than 0.1%. But that can't be ignored either, because if you are in that 0.1% who have received that figure and it is turning orange and the hair is falling out, what we're doing is we're going to take into account all of that and see how we can improve. The answer is simple: better glue. It's not groundbreaking. Better glue. That's what you need to do. Or maybe look into the routing process itself, but that's the number one thing. Glue that can actually withstand different environmental pressure and humidity conditions. It's really, really simple. It's a non-issue.
Well said.
Okay.
We can always ring InArt and ask for advice, because their hair is fucking phenomenal.
That's great.
My InArt rooted Joker is looking pretty damn good right now.
Cheeky. So's mine, to be fair. Shane, I wanted to ask you on the new. Now, you mentioned there'll be obviously the magnetic body, which I thought was a great idea. On the other body, is that fully articulated, or are we talking like just movement in shoulders and hips, or is it going to have knee and elbow articulation as well?
It's basic articulation. I'm not going to lie to you, Jim. The star of the show here, it is Ripley. It is the rooted hair. It is the separating eyeball function. It is the fact that they're actually going back and doing an Aliens from 1986. That is the star of the show. That'll be absolutely nailed. However, the likeness to Newt would be fantastic. It'll still be rooted hair. It'll be basic articulation. You want her standing next to you, or you want her over, actually connected to her, and that's why the pre-pose body is essential. You're never going to be able to replicate that exact pose, so the pre-pose body, and it's relatively cheap as well, it's essentially a piece of molded plastic and a magnet, and you take off the head, pop it on, done deal.
I suppose, yeah, as long as she can do like the hand holding pose, then yeah, that would work.
It's already pre-molded.
Love that.
Even
again,
Marco could pose it.
Oh my!
How dare you?
Ouch!
Oh, that might hurt you.
That's one vote I'm not going to get. Right. That and Nick's. As soon as I saw Spider-Man 3, Nick's, no vote for me.
A question: what was the base price with the new wool hair? All that one more time, Shane?
It was $375, and you might be thinking, "Oh, they'll never be able to do that." But the Artisan Black Widow is $385, but that one was limited. This one is not going to be limited. This one is going to be open, because the demand is going to be so high. People have wanted it for decades.
Okay, so you wouldn't necessarily consider this a 2-pack, and that's kind of reflected in the price, right? Because I think if they were going to sell something, it might be higher, if in regards to a 2-pack.
No disrespect to Newt or the actress that plays her, but in this case, she's an accessory.
Okay.
And in this case, the boots are an accessory too, because they've got the Reebok logo.
Speaking of that, so again, you think you can keep it at that base price, paying that fee to get Reebok to sign off on those shoes?
To be honest, the way I'd market it now to Howard and the way I'd market it to them is that, listen, you're not Nike. We're doing you a favor. We're advertising. Even if 7 people who buy this figure actually buy a pair of Reeboks, you owe us money.
Reebok's getting popular
Yeah,
again,
Shane.
Yeah.
The Reeboks are
because of
thing
all the
right
6-scale science fiction figures.
Yeah, Romulus, to be fair, that was Reebok again.
Minus points for that take, Shane.
I do follow up, Shane, which Adam is bringing up. Did you ever consider the sculpted option?
No, we want the most realistic take on this iconic figure.
Okay. Hello to Big Ol' Fern. Hello, good to see you, my friend. Hope to get your vote if you did see the presentations there. Vita, I know you got a question for them. Come on, tell me.
Yeah, actually, I got a question for Gio. why did you decide to go with sculpted hair instead? For example, the Batman James had sculpted hair, and I didn't like it, so I'm quite apprehensive.
Okay.
Because it can look a lot like, you know, Ken's hair from my childhood.
Okay. Yeah, so I went to sculpted hair for the J. Jonah Jameson because price, it would probably cost a little more. And ultimately, J. Jonah Jameson, it's a supporting character, right? So it's not the main character in Spider-Man, in the comics or the film. It will go with a lot of different Spider-Men. So I didn't want to, have the figure be too expensive. And if you do that rooted for short hair, we still haven't really seen a lot of figures that have short hair that are rooted that look great, right? But we've seen a lot of new figures that are sculpted hair that are really good. Like the Balin, I heard that the sculpted hair is amazing for that one. A lot of people are preferring the Joker sculpted hair version 2.0 on Hot Toys compared to the Artisan. I know some people are liking the sculpted hair more on that figure. So I think it would be best to just leave it, a little cheaper, not to get too pricey for this character, for J. Jonah Jameson. So that's why I decided to go that route instead of, trying to get an Artisan or rooted hair version of that.
I think we're asking the wrong questions, though. Like, we're kind of so caught up in this, like, rooted versus sculpted. We should be asking ourselves, like, who will the people want more? The main character from Aliens 1986 or a side character from a questionable trilogy? I think that's what we really need to be asking ourselves.
Ooh, okay.
But everyone and their mom have a Spider-Man. Everyone has a Spider-Man. And what's the main thing that you think of Spider-Man? You think of not necessarily some of the villains, but you also
Goblin,
think of the
Doc.
No, yes, but I'm talking about an antagonist as Peter Parker, as Spider-Man. You see J. Jonah Jameson. Has he been manufactured before? Has he been made? I don't recall seeing a J. Jonas have been made before. So that was the other
Marvel Legends
factor for 1/6 Hot Toys. So that's why I figured
That is a great point, because everyone and their mothers has a Spider-Man, but no one has a Ripley. That's a good point, actually. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Okay, but who has the bigger IP? Who's more popular, Spider-Man or Ripley? So like I said, that's why we have all these Spider-Man figures and characters. And since everyone already has a Spider-Man, and we get all these different versions of Spider-Man, why not get a J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons? Like I said, the actor who was born to play this character. To go with all the other Spider-Mans that you have.
But when you speak about Spider-Man, it kind of reminds me that, like, there's multiple different actors who portrayed Spider-Man. There's multiple different actors who portrayed Batman. There's multiple different actors who played James Bond. But I think, like, Ripley goes into that RDJ category of, like, there's only one Ripley.
Well, I mean, at this point, there's only one J. Jonah Jameson live action. Like I said, Sony and Marvel Studios, they did not even touch J. Jonah Jameson in any of the Spider-Man movies, because they said, who are they going to cast to play this character? Let's have J.K. Simmons come back into Spider-Man Far From Home and then in No Way Home.
Mm-hmm. But does this have to be licensed, or could this be just something that a third party do a good job, like Present Toys, and then save people half the money? Like, does it have to be like the price that you're offering from Hot Toys, when people can go, you know what, if I get a third party, it's just a guy in a suit with a mustache, and wouldn't it save the community a lot of money if they just went that route?
I mean, you can say that with any character, really, to go third party on anything. There's a third party Ripley character, isn't there?
It looks rough.
And that one's, yeah, so, I mean, and it's crappy, so let's have
Doesn't have a magnetic newt with rooted hair. Definitely does not. Doesn't have branded Reebok. Thank you for supporting my argument.
So J.K. Simmons, I think, will be best for this. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for now.
I got a question here from the chat, because I definitely want to have them chime in. They said, would JJ have a fixed neck, or would he be able to access his rolling eyes from beneath his sculpt?
So it would be a rolling eyeball function for this. You should be able to just remove it and stuff like that. So just like the Spider-Man, the No Way Home, the red and blue suits, it'll be kind of like that, but with J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
All right. Well, guys, I think it's time to start that poll. Marco, do you got it up and running yet?
I got it. Let's send it out.
Let's send it out. Let's start the poll, guys. You guys can continue asking questions if you think that might sway the chat, but I think the chat, those are the 21 watching. The guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. Tell your friends if you like this show, you want it to continue and you want to see more of it, you want to see your friends on it, let us know. This is an interesting concept, but I hope you guys enjoy it. So
I just got to commend our guests again, because you guys brought it again. And the gamesmanship, the back and forth, I loved it. So yeah, it was right on that borderline of being, cheeky and competitive.
Myself and Gio are practically running the show here, guys. Come on.
What were you expecting?
No, and that's what I really wanted, and that's why I added this section here, because it kind of naturally happened on the first episode when Gigi was here. It naturally just kind of happened where they kind of started asking each other questions. Brick, you can to be a testament to this. He started asking Joey questions, and Joey started asking back, and there was like a lot of back and forth and questioning the in terms of face value and so on and so forth. So I appreciate you guys doing that for sure. And Brick in the chat there. Great job to both of you guys. By the way, Brick has a brand new shirt that I'm wearing. I choose to collect.
Oh, nice.
If you guys,
That's cool.
If you guys want to go ahead and hit him up and support my man, Roberto, the winner of the first ever King Shark tank. So if you want to go ahead and support him, please hit him up. Let's see. X-Men.
The poll should
go
be
ahead.
live, but I'm not seeing it on my end. So can you confirm that it's up there? If not, I'll push it again.
I see it. Guys.
I think I see it there. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's on there.
I'm also gonna ask all of us, so Marco, Jim, and then Vita, if you could also log in as well and cast your individual vote as well. Before, you're gonna obviously say it on screen, but please go ahead and cast your votes so we can go ahead and see who won this matchup. So, and then Gio and Shane, you can vote for yourselves, and if that's allowed, so you can do that.
I've
Or if
already
you wanna
voted
vote
myself on several burners, so I'm way ahead of you.
Wow. I guess I should have done that too, right?
Yeah. Look, 1986, man.
Oh my goodness. Great job. There we go. Yes. Oh, hello. Speaking of Collector Joey, you missed the disclaimer, the Collector Joey disclaimer. That was created
he's
just
Collector
for you.
Jokey.
Yeah, Collector Joey.
Because he just got his 4-pack.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah. And then you have it too, right? Shane?
Yeah, I got it. 1 second.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that looks
Yeah,
great.
so I moved them. I originally had them on different cubes and different places, but I actually really like them together. So yeah.
All right, guys. So, as the poll gets going, and oh my, this is really tough, guys. Even I'm having a hard time here. We got 15 votes already. I'm having a hard time, guys. You guys had both exceptional pitches. Before I go into mine, I want to bring in our guest judges first. Again, me, Marco, as the host, but we have our guest judges. We brought you on for this, so this is the main event, guys. Let us know. Drum roll. Who are you guys going with?
Because I think we've got different.
Yeah, we're definitely going different. I like as soon as Shane started his pitch, I knew that it's not for me.
As soon as Shane started talking, she was like, nah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, damn.
We
Straight up.
spoke about this briefly earlier, when he brought his alien character. No.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, it's a good pitch, right, Shane? I think it was music to James's ears. Like that's, as soon as he saw that, he was like, eyes lit up, and he's like, yes, I want this. So I kind of like I'm giving up, obviously, but James will have his own opinion. But for me, Spider-Man 100%. Like Geo, that was like such a good call. I never even like really thought about it. I think it's because, as you said, like there was the only like one character represented this way, and it goes with all the Spider-Mans. I think it's like unique character, and I actually would happily have it as part of our collection. Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely
Thank
going
you.
with Geo.
All right. A vote for Geo. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Well done, dear.
Now, Jim, it seems like we already know, spoiler alert, your choice, but let us know why.
To be fair, yeah, spoilers. But I think this was a hard decision because I think you're both onto sellers in this. Like going to Gio's point with Jonah Jameson, I think the strength of that as a character is it's almost multi-generational, right? So you've got those of us that grew up with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, so that will hit us. But then you've got the newer fans or the fans that prefer Tom Holland's Spider-Man and those movies, all right? So it kind of speaks to those two different groups of collectors, which I really do like. However, I feel like there's a lot more competition now in the 1/6 game. Obviously, you've got Jazz Inc. coming into it. You've got InArt as well. And I've noticed that Hot Toys is putting out a lot more statement pieces. And I think Ripley would be a very, very strong statement piece for Hot Toys to put out there. I think she's got a very strong following. She is essentially the original, live action movie heroine, one of the first badass female characters we ever had. So she has a lot of, she's got a lot there going for her. And we have a really good Ripley from the first movie. I don't know if you guys have seen the Aliens version that they did originally with the power loader. It is atrocious, really bad. So this would be a huge, huge seller. And I think with Newt there as well, it would just make such a nice 2-back. And I know, just going back to NECA as well, like this was a big seller for NECA. So I think if it works quite well in the 1/12, it's going to easily transition to the 1/6 as well. So for me, leaning towards that, I think this would be a big sell for Hot Toys. And I think it will really kind of push it forwards for them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And I really appreciate you guys coming on last minute to do special guest judges. And I really appreciate your opinion. And I'm sure the panelists as well. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. All right. We're almost done. Marco, we're almost done, man. I know you got to run. So we're going to end the stream in just 1 moment. We're going to close off the panel, the poll. But I need your vote. What is your vote?
Incredibly hard again, and I just continue to be impressed by the level of effort that our guests bring, because I know if I'm coming on someone else's show, I'm normally just phoning it in. And so to have you guys prepare and be willing to take some tough questions, love it and appreciate that. So I also love both properties as well. Spider-Man and Alien are near and dear to my heart, but I got to go with Shane's because the Reebok branded shoes just really got me. I'd say that was kind of the tipping point.
I love that.
So, it was tough. It was tough. And I wasn't sure where I was going until the very last second. But Shane, you got my vote this time. And normally I'm rooting against you, which is the craziest part. So
that's sign of a true friendship. If you came on and you were like really like nice to me, I'd be like, no, something's up with that.
Something's
fucker.
changed.
Yeah. Don't trust that.
All right. Marco, I know you got to run, but did you cast your vote on the poll then?
I did, yeah.
Okay, could you read off before we head off? Where are we currently standing? Before I go ahead and share my vote, where do we currently stand, guys?
It is neck and neck right now with 20 votes. We've got 55% Giovanni and 45% Shane. So it is as close as possible.
No disrespect to Gio because his presentation was amazing, but like literally aliens are a fucking accountant. What the hell is wrong with the world, guys? The dude is in a suit. I saw 7 of those guys today.
He's not an accountant.
Same thing.
No, it's
editor in
not.
chief, right?
Yeah.
Guys, again, congrats to both you guys. Epic presentations. I have to cast my vote. I was joking with you guys. I'm like, which one of you guys going to bribe me? Because I do not know who to pick. And up until this second, I still not 100% sure where I'm going. But I have to think about logistics and what's going to sell the most and how many units Hot Toys is going to sell of this character. And I think it's kind of if we're looking at the poll right now, it is J. Jonah Jameson is going to sell a lot, but is it going to sell more than Ripley? And especially at that price, and with the added accessory, the Grogu effect of Newt. I don't think it's going to. So I'm gonna go with Shane. I'm sorry, Gio. It breaks my heart to do so. Breaks my heart to do so, but I'm gonna go. I wanted to vote against you, Shane. I did. I wanted to, but I gotta go.
I'd well believe you did.
I'm gonna go with Shane. So my vote goes to Shane. But our votes are not the only ones that count. We're here. We want to know what the 1/6 community thinks, and they will decide who the winner is. So again, Gio, even though I voted for Shane, the community seems to be leaning on you. So let's see. We will end the poll. We're going to give it, I know, Marco, you got to run. So we'll give it maybe 2 minutes.
All
2
right.
more minutes.
Let me just say, especially when it comes to the panel here who voted, I'm really glad you guys brought in Vita to vote here today, because all you guys voted against me. So thank you, Vita.
Sorry, dear.
Hey, that's why I wanted her on here, man. I was like, she's gonna bring something different, right? So
I would argue, Brick's point, the only thing that would look better next to a Spider-Man would be a Ripley. Power loader.
I mean, if we've got the Alien Warrior already.
There we go. Right.
I have a question. Like Shane, I feel like you straight away knew that James was gonna be a guest, like panelist, and you just like, yeah, he loves Alien. I'm going with Alien. Because I feel like this conversation was going on and on between you two about the Ripley in previous shows, and I think this is just set up. Literally,
We did not plan
just
this.
set up.
No.
There's no way in a hope that I would ever want the Jonah Jameson figure ever. There's no reality where I would want one. I just went with my heart, and I probably should have gone a bit more strategic and logical, and maybe if I had looked a bit more at the chat, like realistically, if I had gone with my head and logic, I would have went back and strategically went through all of the live streams, going, right, who's in the chat, what do they like say Brick, Artemis and Nick, it's gonna be Spider-Man every day. But I just went with my heart and what I thought would be a better figure. So
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, they did not know. I mean, James and you being guests, it was as of yesterday. That's when that happened. Shane had no idea. He probably saw the graphic this morning. He was like, "Oh, okay," and I shared it in the group. So he had no idea. So just luck of the fortune. I don't know. Originally, we were going to have Mike. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us. But Mike, the previous winner from last episode, was going to be the guest judge. So
Mike,
I don't know where he would.
Mike would have been team Ripley any day of the week. I'd say.
Yeah, he's a big Alien fan as well.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Not me.
How are we? We got 60 seconds or so before we end it
right now. 52% Geo, 48% Shane. So
yes.
So do you want to just wait until one person votes for me and then end it? And then
what?
You could just end it now. I mean, I think we're okay with that. So.
No, it's fine.
Marco's like, I gotta go. So
yeah, he's gotta go. So
one
60 seconds.
You gotta go. Come on, guys. Let the man go.
Oh yeah, $20 super chat.
I think the people have spoken. So if it's I'm okay. I'm okay losing. It's okay.
I will say this, Shane. When I saw the aliens image, instantly in my mind, I was like, "Fuck."
I'll be honest, man. When I saw your fucking Jonah Jameson, I'd be like, "Right, this is gonna be a walk in the park." It's like,
wow.
I completely. Wow. There's that amount people that love that guy so much. It's just, I'm sorry, but that just goes right over my head. Like, I just. It's the Raimi trilogy. I just think it's not something I'm into at all. But like, not to mention a side character, I'm like, I get that he's really good at it, and I really liked him in Whiplash. Like, Whiplash is phenomenal. Like, the guy is a great actor. But I really didn't think that would have that much support for someone who's essentially.
But then you like Honey, so.
I was looking for a character that has.
Hey, listen, I will die on that hill, Vita. And you know, Honey is good, so good.
I mean, I watched it, yeah.
I'm actually gonna watch that tonight.
Is that the Jessica Alba movie?
I haven't seen that. Is that with
Marco? You should watch it too.
Is that with Jessica Alba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
I
Shane
don't know.
likes it.
Jessica Alba.
That's
I
all I
haven't-
know.
Oh,
Jessica
quick
Alba.
question. Have you guys seen the Electric State yet?
No,
not yet.
no, the
not
Russo
yet.
Brothers
Is
movie.
it good?
No, I heard it's bad. I heard it's bad though.
You thought it was alright.
I liked it. I think
Is it?
like yeah,
Is
I
it?
liked it. It's not
Okay.
most amazing movie, like
Okay.
it's not most amazing movie, but I liked it because I think like the story was quite original. It was something new, basically, like new perspective on all the
Creative design wise, it was quite nice.
yeah.
Awesome.
I plan
Alright.
to check it out, so thanks for that recommendation.
All right, Marco, let's end it. And please, if you
Okay.
could maybe show the screen or show it so that way both these
Let's
gentlemen can
see.
see where we ended
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I'm sharing the correct portion.
Oh,
of the
and
screen.
Brick agrees with you. Electric State was pretty fun.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. So congratulations to our winner for this month's King Shark Tank, Gio with J. Jonah Jameson at 52%. Another incredibly
Wow.
close,
Congratulations, Gio. You did it, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, live chat.
I would like to personally say, fuck you, live chat. Fucking
Yeah,
Raimi versus
Thank
Spider-Man.
you, live
Freeze.
chat. Thank you, Vita. I'm so glad that you were brought in. So thank you. And yeah, so again, Shane, great presentation for sure. I was like, ah, shit. But thank you, guys, everyone. Very much appreciate it. So thank you.
Congratulations. All right, guys, I'm going to get you guys out of here.
Gio.
Yes, congratulations. Oh man, I'm hitting the mic. Congratulations to both of you guys. Thanks so much for participating. In the future, you may be brought on as special guest judges. Now you'll be on the other side and help judge the next competitors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Marco, let's wrap it up. Anything you guys want to talk about before we go? No?
I think
All
we're
right.
good.
Shane,
I'm good.
Shane, Jim, Gio, anything you guys want to plug really quick?
Do you want to go first there, Jim?
I'll have some reviews coming out next week. I've got the new Darth Maul. I recently got a Hulk in as well from Ultron, and also I got a Groot as well from the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot and Rocket.
Yeah.
Got them a good deal, so I'm going to do some retro unboxings for those. Hopefully, be out next week.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Oh,
The Hope Show will return on Monday. We took a break last Monday, so I'll be back on Monday. And I've got the Jazz Inc. 89 Batmobile in, and it's in display. And I've been documenting the unboxing process, and there will be a review to come. So thanks very much for having me on, Jose. Thanks very much, Marco. Always good to see you, Marco. All jokes aside, always good to see you. Gio, you're a gentleman. I cannot believe you are 40. You do not look 40. We've had this conversation online.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
Vita, very nice to meet you, even though not entirely impressed with you over your take. I think you were the deciding
Wow.
factor.
Okay.
Whoa.
Not happy. Jim, you are a practitioner of common sense, obviously, you know, so only joking. Thanks very much. And people in the chat, yeah, look, just having a laugh, only joking with you. The better man won. Congratulations, Gio.
Thank you so much. I did Figure Talk yesterday. I usually do them Sunday nights, but I did it last night. So check that out there. A stacked panel. So thank you, everyone. Jose, muchas gracias por la invitación. Marco, thanks so much. El señor Shane, señor Jim Coleccionista, Vita, thank you so much, guys. That's it. Thank you.
perfect. All right, Marco, unless you got anything to share, we can wrap it up.
I just wanted to thank our contestants again. Thanks to our
Of
guest
course,
judges.
yes.
Thank you, Jose. Awesome job as a host. And thanks to the chat. So hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
See ya.
Jose, can't you see?
Wait a second. The first word is Jose? I thought it was
Jose, we know.
Wow! It's about a Spanish guy. Jose, can you?
I don't believe it, man.
It's so easy.